Catesol is proud to present Catesol Ed TV.
Okay, so we're here speaking with Dr. Yvonne Freeman and Dr. David Freeman, and they just gave a plenary at the Catesol 2018 Northern Regional Conference, and one of their concurrent sessions was on translanguaging. Can you tell us a little bit about translanguaging?
Well, translanguaging is a relatively new term in the last few years, and it's, to back up just a little bit, in bilingual communities, people go back and forth between languages. It's a normal practice for people, and there has been a lot of thinking about, should we use the students' home languages to teach them English? Now, in the past, we saw bilingual people as sort of like two monolinguals, and so the idea was, let's just stick to English because otherwise it's taking away time from English if we don't use all our time there. Now we're seeing that bilinguals have sort of one linguistic repertoire or resource, and we can build that up by drawing on both the first language and the second language.
When we think about how this helps, you might think about it comparing it to that whole idea of Vygotsky of the zone of proximal development, where you take what a learner can do by themselves and then with scaffolding how they can move and learn more. With translanguaging, you can take this linguistic repertoire, this pool of language in both languages that contains features of both languages and sometimes multi-languages, and we're with allowing students to use those extra resources instead of cutting off all they know in their first language, allowing them to use the linguistic resources that they have. They actually move farther in English. We've always said more English equals more English, but, or some people have said that. In bilingual ed, we've always disputed that, and now in ESL we're saying by giving students a strategic opportunity, that doesn't mean concurrent translation where you're just translating everything, but by giving students a strategic opportunity to draw on their first language while they're learning English, we actually improve their understanding and improve their language learning.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, to give one practical example that we've written about is to provide a preview in the student's home language of the lesson that they're going to have in the second language, in English in this case. So the preview could be a very short, today we are studying X. It could be talk together with your other students about what you already know about whatever the topic is.
In the first language.
In your home language, and then tell us in English. So that would be maybe just a short, we've seen it done maybe in a 50-minute class, 5 minutes time, to really use the home language as a sort of advanced organizer so students know clearly what the lesson is about.
And another good use of translanguaging for languages that do have cognates with English is to have a cognate wall, or to, in a reading, ask students to look for some of those words that are often difficult words and saying, do you recognize any of these words? Do these words look familiar to you? Let's now make a list of those that we can keep track of, because many of these words you already know in your first language. A turn and talk on a topic, you see the students lost because you're speaking English and you're talking about something and they are lost. Turn and talk to a partner. You may use your first language if you wish for 1 minute. and tell each other what I'm talking about, then come back and we'll be doing English again. So when you think about it, we're not saying jumping back and forth between the two languages. We're saying strategically use that first language to support the acquisition of English.
Thank you very much.